This is for Thijs De Rijcke. Apologize again if I pronounced that wrong. Um, I would say right off the bat, the the big thing that I see right now is everything's very centralized, which is okay, but I think that the big aspect of your scene here is just to watch out your tangents. And what I mean by that is, right off the bat, I see a hidden edge that comes off here and kind of blends in with this tree stump. I see, um, things that like tag each other right off the bat. The side of the head, the tree, and all these things feel very um, I don't know, like it's almost like breaking the composition a little bit to me. Especially like this edge here, and that feels kind of awkward, um, and you lose the silhouette of the blade here with this rock in the background. Um, and it's little things like that make it feel kind of almost a little bit awkward. The edge, the tangent edge here, and it's kind of littered full of them. And I get it; it's a complex scene, but it just doesn't feel like there's too much stuff that's connecting, and it's kind of blending and flowing with each other. So what I would say is the first thing that I would tell you to do right off the bat is take and put this guy. So let's just kind of grab. Actually, let's just do this. This arm here. Okay. I'm just going to grab all of this real quick. Grab this. Okay, so let me cut this out here. Okay. So the first thing that I see right off the bat is I would take this character and move it over a little bit. That being said, then I can grab some of this other stuff and kind of play with a little bit more to clean it up. Let me just grab some of this stuff. But so this is the first thing that I would do. Then I would, with this like this, what I would do is I would grab this hand here, and it looks out of balance. So I would actually transform this hand up, something like this. And this one here, again, it feels very out of balance. So I would grab this, and I would kind of upright it a little bit. So with that done, then what I would do is let's fill in a new layer here real quick. Just kind of all right. And I'm just kind of patching this in for now. I'll get to it in a second here. So, okay, So what I would do is with this stuff patched in here, just like I said, I'm just filling it in roughly here for now. But with this stuff patched in, then what you can do is you can go in here and let's get a little more of that color in there. And just kind of painting this in like so. And I'm going to dump this rock face here. And the reason I'm dumping this rock face is because that you have this concept here. The other thing I would dump is I would just dump this. It doesn't need to be there. It's extra stuff that just doesn't, it's complicating the scene too much. And then what we can do is we can add in a little bit of, you're facing here like this, and I'm just, like I said, I'm just chicken scratching this in right now. But you can easily pop in a nice outline here, get some of those darks and bring them forward. And the concept with the rocks and the shadows and stuff like that, that makes a lot more kind of difference. And then what I would do is in this layer here, I'm just going to really quickly do a field select here. And all right, so then I'd also grab this piece here, and I would actually, let's play with your saturation a little bit, darken that forward, and I would push that even more forward. And do you see how that's starting to pop a little bit more? Let me just kind of build in this aspect here. So once this is all kind of filled in, and I would lighten the middle ground a little bit more, and then probably put in, let's grab some of this dark color here, probably put in a little bit more dark. And do you see how that starts shining light now? And that's pushing the character forward a little bit more. And then what I would do is don't like, I've created a tangent here. So I mean, as you can see, I've created a tangent with the head now. So I would probably move this character's arm backward a little bit more. And something like that. And we just kind of fill that in here. And you got that. And then what I would do with this arm here is maybe pull it down a little bit more. Let me cut this, put this above there, and merge that. And then let's put in this here, and that looks good. And then what I would do here is I would actually have the fingers, have some of this background pop out to give him a little bit more emphasis. And let me just kind of fill this in here. But then what I would do is, that gives a perfect opportunity to kind of silhouette your hands like this, and play with it. I'm just kind of scribbling here, but that gives that perfect opportunity to kind of give you a little bit more depth into your character here. And then I would probably put this guy You know, in accordance to the original one, this guy, if you want this one the same size as this one, I would almost put him up more. I think, you know, putting him back like this is okay, but I think he needs, oops, wrong piece. Let's grab this guy here and let's move him up a little bit more. And I think it makes more sense because now it gives a kind of a size relationship. And then from there, I would, you know, you can, you know, flesh out your character a little bit more. And that builds him out, you know, and it creates a better size relationship, I think. Um, and I don't know, it's getting rid of the tangents, and I think the tangents are what's really stopping, you know, the composition from flowing a little bit more. I think if you add a little bit more of your, you know, like break some of these tangents up, you can still have a good piece. But I'd also maybe even move this guy forward and overlap him a little bit, and then that way you get a little bit more depth in there as well. But it's not bad. But like I said, all these tangents that are kind of popping in play um, feel awkward. You know, like this handle is sitting in the groin. This handle is perpendicular with the tree. You know, you've got, if this was a little bit further forward, you'd have almost a T here. And so, you know, things like that just kind of make it look a little bit more. Um, it stops the flow, I feel. Whereas, like, if you're pushing things forward, you know, I would look at some of those, you know, Renaissance paintings where where they get really dark in foreground and then really light in the background, and then use that to silhouette. I mean, the idea is cool. I think it just like I said, a matter of, you know, pushing these two together um, gives you a little bit more sense of you know, what's going on. So those are things that I would say to kind of push forward a little bit more, and I hope that helps. All right.